After rank of soldiers roar your name as they raise their weapons in salute. Prince Marco doesn't stand a chance. That brings our army to 4,250! I hardly believe it! Amores, this is Kirby Marie here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another episode of The Crown and the Flame. Before we begin, as usual, I would appreciate if you guys would subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified about the latest videos. Also, drop me the like button. It definitely helps a lot, and leave your comments and your thoughts on this video or anything in general. So last time where we left off, in Kenna's perspective side, we were running away from the mechanic Toro, and we had a boss fight with him, which we defeated him. And then we discovered that the little boy we met, Whitlock, he is the leader of the technocrats now. What? Like, whoa, a child who has this sort of big technology is the leader of the technocrats. That's insane. Yeah. Anyways, so that's pretty much it what we got from that so far. In Dom's perspective side, we had the worst time of our lives as Tristan literally betrayed us, that freaking jerk. He betrayed us because he doesn't want him or Rose to die. But, you know, Dom was trying to do everything he can to help Kenna, and Tristan doesn't see that because, you know, about what happened with Margaret. So he literally sold me out. And I bet that your ass, that Rose is giving him the permanent silent treatment. That she's never going to speak to him again after what he did, and that he's truly a coward. But yeah, anyways, I don't know what's gonna happen now, but hope you guys enjoyed this video, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. Chapter 14, The Foundry. Can Kenna convince the leader of the technocrats to fight for Stormholt? Meanwhile, Dominique is reunited with Say in Stormholt's dungeon. Ooh, yikes. Let's go. Now playing as Kenna, you and your companions follow Whitlock into the Foundry's central large building. Welcome to my workshop. A most impressive collection of inventions. Thanks. Please, make yourselves at home. Just don't touch anything that glows, spins, or smokes. A golden sphere flashes and a little flame shoots out at Val. Ouch! Too late. We'll keep all our hands to ourselves from now on. I'll just go to the door. Machines make Leon a little nervous. Stand wherever you like. I stayed back a couple of steps though. The emergency lockdown trigger has been a little twitchy lately. Leon's eyes the door warily as Whitlock starts tinkering with a half-finished device on one of his work tables. Raiden pulls you aside and whispers, Kenna, this may be your last chance to impress Whitlock and convince him to help us. Choose your words wisely. I will. Whitlock, what are you working on? That looks interesting. We experience sandstorms on a fairly consistent basis. Most are relatively mild, but the truly catastrophic ones can arrive with very little warning.
Yikes.
Whitlock opens his hand and you see a tiny mechanical rabbit leaping in his palm. That's amazing, but how will it help with the sandstorms? This little guy attached to a specially modified weather wing will sound an alarm if wind speed surpasses a certain threshold, meaning a storm is likely on the way.
Wow!
That's ingenious and thoughtful too. That tiny rabbit will help a lot of people. Whitlock blushes. I mean, I hope so. I'm just trying to be useful. This is what I'm best at, creating things to help others. I have a question. Go ahead. In the past couple of years, I've heard reliable accounts of technocrats make weapons dominating battlefields all around the world. Surely some among you must make weapons. Oh, it was never meant to be that way. Let me back up and explain. When I came to the foundry, I had nothing but the rage clothes on my back and crude prosthetic cobbled together from the blacksmith's tongues and old saddle parts. The technocrats saw me as a marvel, the youngest person to ever solve the labyrinth, but one woman also saw a scared little boy with no family. She adopted me as her apprentice, and she helped me build the prosthetics I'm wearing now. For the next few years, she was my mentor, my confidant, and my best friend. She sounds like a very kind woman. Yes, she was. Hex? Hex was like a mother to me, although, well, sometimes I caught a glimpse of something else. Another part of her that she tried to keep hidden. Tell me about Hex. I was just remembering a time a few years back. I've only lived among the technocrats a few months, but Hex wasted no time with my education. Whitlock begins to tell his story. You're now playing as Whitlock. I'm home! Whitlock, your timing couldn't be better. My most astute apprentice. I have something to show you. Is that another device for the labyrinth? What does it do? I'll show you. Come here. Yes, this side of the table. Wouldn't want you in the line of fire. Hex pulls a lever and lightning arcs across the room.
Oh my god.
Whoa, how did you get it to store that much charge? What material did you use for the wires? Mine are always overheating. I'm glad I can still impress you. This will be a fine addition to Labyrinth Section 11. Though, you can imagine what this would do with a fully armored knight. You could strike down armies easy as swatting flies.
Whoa.
Oh dear. I know that look on your face. Speak your mind, Whitlock. You know I value everything you say. It's just... it shouldn't be so easy to kill. I see, and how easy should it be? In order to kill someone, you should have to put yourself at risk. It's only fair. You're right, that would be fair, but for the sake of argument, say a mercenary came through that door, 6 feet tall with muscles like iron, a ruthless seasoned killer. If someone like that tried to take your life, how much of a risk would that be to them? Well, hardly any, I suppose. Correct. If someone has a physical advantage over you, how is it unfair to use your technological advantage to even the scales? But this isn't even the scales, it's blowing them to pieces.
Oh my god!
If we go far, how are we different from the tyrants that we despise? I'm sorry, I just don't like the idea of using our inventions as war machines. In an ideal world, we wouldn't need to, but you know better than anyone what the world outside is like. But aren't there better uses for our skills than killing? With our knowledge, we could revolutionize agriculture and industry. We created a utopia here in the foundry. Imagine if the rest of the world follow our lead. Hex sighs. She puts an arm around your shoulder, kissing the top of your head. You have beautiful dreams, sweet boy. I wish I could make them come true. But the rest of the world is not like us. Most people cannot simply be shown the correct path. We must be driven there like cattle.
Oh my god.
Hex! You're scaring me. Hex closes her eyes for the space of a few breaths. I'm sorry. You're so clever that it's easy to forget how young you are. Now is your time for learning and growing, not worrying. Leave that to us, old folk. Enough of this grim talk. Here, I want to see if you can work out how I solved the overheating problem in this new trap. Oh, I have a few theories on that. Tell me when I'm getting close. Despite our differences opinions, Hex never tried to force me into her way of thinking. I care about her very much, and I truly believe that she cared about me. Even so, after I was elected leader, I made a discovery that forced me to make a difficult decision.
Yikes.
Hex, thank you for coming to see me today. I'm honored that our esteemed ruler would make the time for a private meeting with a lowly engineer. Hex. I'm only teasing, Whitlock. I always knew that you would lead the foundry someday. I couldn't be prouder of you. Tell me what's troubling you. You know I'll do everything I can to help you. I wish I could read you so easily as you can read me, but you make that difficult. So I must be blunt. Hex, I have a reason to believe that you are selling weapons to outsiders.
Oh my god.
Oh, I see. Is that all you have to say? Explain yourself. What's to explain? It sounds like you have it all worked out. How could you do this? It's against the very founding principles of this city. Tell me why, Hex? Are you sure you want that information? You're not going to like it. We can't shrink from the truth just because we don't like it. You're the one who taught me that. I suppose I did. Whitlock, do you know what it's like to creating something incredible and know that it will never be used? Your inventions are used all the time. The whole labyrinth is full of them. Most of them are never even activated. What's a good tool that's never used, Whitlock? What good are we, hidden away in our city while brutes and tyrants drive the world to ruin? Are you saying that you want to make war machines? This city is supposed to be a place where we can chase our passion and sharpen our minds. I can't help that my passions are something nice and safe like horticulture or textile. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe you can't control your thoughts, but you can control your actions. And your actions of late have jeopardized the safety of everyone in this city. Hex, I'm so sorry, but you leave me no choice. By the authority given me by the people of the Foundry, I hereby revoke your citizenship. You're banishing me? You've done something that can't be forgiven. You're the antithesis of everything we stand for. I'm the only person in these walls who understands the truth. Hex walks toward you, her eyes alight with fury. This world is sick, and you're all too afraid to do anything about it. These walls won't protect you forever, you naive guardian! A warehouse door flies open and a towering shape charges out to stand between you and Hex. The Mechator! Oh, wait, look, no, I would never hurt you. Please, just go. Hex stares at you for a long time, then walks to a control panel on the labyrinth's inner wall. I hope you're right, sweet boy, about everything. Hex throws a switch, opening a straight path through the labyrinth. She steps through the first door and it slams shut behind her. Whitlock trails out, staring into space for several long moments. You sent her away? I would have done the same. Still, I can't imagine how hard that must have been. It was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. And in truth, it was the wrong one. I see now that banishing Hex only made her more bitter and much more dangerous. I should have kept her here, on the guard. Even if she never changed her ways, at least she wouldn't be able to hurt anyone else. Here, we live by one principle. Create things that better humanity. Ingenuity is what matters to us, now prowess in battle. But ingenuity, untempered by morality, can be dangerous. And exactly how dangerous is your former mentor? With proper funding and resources, I don't know if there's anything she can't make. She designed many of the devices you encounter in the labyrinth.
Yikes.
Sounds like a real charmer. If we ever come across her, remind me to pay her back for all these bruises. Trust me, if you ever have the misfortune of meeting Hex, she won't be the one who ends up hurt. Especially now that she's working for Prince Marco. What? Oh, so he told her. Now playing as Dominique, after being caught tampering with Hex's cannon, you're dragged by the dungeon by the Narakis guards. Throw him in there, second from the end. He and the barbarian can keep each other company. In you go, traitor. And I get out, I'm going to kill you first. That's a promise. Ha, you ever get out of here, you're welcome to try. I don't like your chances though. We got a pool going in the barracks. If you get executed before week's end, I win a nice pile of silver. Laugh all you want. You're going to lose that bet. But first, you're going to lose your head. The guard laughs again and shoves you in the cell. Make yourself comfortable, dear Dominique. I'll be back later so we can have a little chat about your friend Kenna. I'm not telling you anything. We'll see. By telling the guards leave, you slump down the stone floor. Across the narrow corridor, you can see Sei curled up against the wall of her own cell. Sei, are you awake? Don't you remember me? Right, I'll take that as a yes. Then you remember this. You touch your finger to your shirt just above your brand, and the cell across from your Sei, it lifts her head to stare. Is this some sort of trick? If you painted that to deceive me, I'll end your life slowly, lowlander. First off, you can't reach me. You smell burning and look down to see your sleeve of tunic starting to smoke. Ah! My reach is longer, lowlander. This brand on my chest. I have to know. What does it mean? I've been wondering my whole life. It means that you were stolen from us. So I'm one of your people. You may have been born on the dragon's spine. You may carry the flame, but you are not one of us. Everything you are, the lowlanders made you. You know nothing of our ways. Then tell me. I want to know. Where did I get this brand? From your mother. My mother? Did you know her? No, but it is what mothers do when they birth a child of the flame. Mine did the same for me. It's how others know you've been chosen to carry the fire. You carry this awesome power. Why can't you just escape? She holds up her manacle so you can see the rows of tiny spikes that line the insides. If they grow too hot, the shackles will sink their teeth into my hands. I can barely light a candle without feeling their sting. That's barbaric. I assume those are another of Hex designs.
Yeah.
That woman knows too much about us. I need to ask you. Why does everyone call you a barbarian? Everyone from the mountains is a barbarian to them. They're terrified of you, you know? These Nevraki soldiers act tough, but they'll all jump if you so much as glare at them. Well, all except Hex. If I were free, I would teach that woman what it means to be afraid. But I am not free. I know that any attempt at the rebellion is doomed. You knew? What you told me could have saved me a lot of trouble. This is amusing to you? I mean, I just got thrown into a dungeon and Barchero is likely going to torture me to madness. So, no, it's not the best day for me. But someone's gonna be the optimist around here, and you don't seem interested in that particular role. Did that witch send you here to torment me? You're like the Gabberjack. The what? A creature from the Elder Stories. It follows bad children all day and all night babbling nonsense. Fascinating. How does one get rid of the Gabberjack? You seize it by its forked tongue and drown it in the river. Well, there you have it. I don't have a forked tongue, so I can't beat the Gabberjack. He is a devious creature. I'll try drowning you anyway, just to be sure. Say, was that a joke? You're full of surprises. I've been down here too long. I'm clearly going delirious. I'll just say that if I get out of the cell, I swear on my life that I'll find a way to get you home. I'll have more confidence in your words if you had control over your fire. You need to be strong if you're going to live up to that promise. I'm getting better. Then show me. Summon the fire. Concentrating, you managed to summon a tiny flame in the palm of your hand. Not bad. That's a high praise coming from you. Heh, not bad at all. You are now playing as Kenna. If Hex is working for our enemies, then we need your help more than ever. I sympathize with you. I lost family to the Blood King's war, and I know that you have the best interests of our people in mind. Then you're with us? You'll join me in breaking King Pluto's hold in the 5 kingdoms? No. If you refuse to help, you must at least tell me why. You aren't upset?
No.
Well, I can't say the answer I was hoping for. Why won't you help us? Our predecessors built this city to be a haven, a place free from tyrants and bloodshed. We decided a long time ago that we would avoid upsetting the balance of the outside world. If you think your little walled city will keep you safe forever, you're not as smart as you think you are. I have to agree, more people are learning of your existence every day. Sooner or later, war will find you. Yeah, and you got a lot of nice stuff here. People are going to want to take it. You're talking about yourself, aren't you? No. Whatever you pocketed, put it back. As Val fishes some stolen trinkets out of her pockets, Whitlock turns to you, his gaze even. Kenna, do you have anything to add? Yes, please reconsider your decision. Have you thought about the fact that if you don't help us, innocent people would die? If you see someone fall down a well and you don't help them out, isn't that the same as killing them? Functionally, yes. So how is it different? Refusing to help us means countless people will die at Prince Marco's hand. People you could have saved. Yes, but here's the problem. You're asking me to weigh the lives of your people against the lives of my own. You want us to reveal ourselves to the world, risking everything we spent centuries to build? For what? For the sake of doing the right thing. You say you come here to escape tyrants and bullies. I'm giving you the opportunity to take one down. Isn't that worth the risk? Well, you definitely make an interesting point. Whitlock nods, getting to his feet. Alright, Kenna, you convinced me. So you will help us? Yay, he joined our alliance. I will indeed. Tell me what exactly do you need our help with? The outer walls of Stormholt are unbreakable. I've seen cannibals bounce up them like apples.
Yikes.
And we have reports that Prince Marco has been reinforcing them even further. If you have some way to get us over the walls or through them, we could end this battle without a lengthy siege. Unbreakable walls, huh? An intriguing problem. I may just have the thing. Follow me. Whitlock leads you to the warehouse full of towering machines. It's like a forest of pipes and levers in here. What are all these machines for? Don't get me started or we'll be here all day. Here's the solution to your impenetrable wall problem. It's a giant drill. That's a bit of a special alloy I developed myself. Bored a tunnel right into a solid granite cliff. Very fun afternoon. I don't know. My mother once told me that penetrating Stormholt's wall was impossible. Never tell a technocrat that something is impossible. Then you were obligated to prove you wrong. So we got your drill and you got me to operate it. Are you happy now? Whitlock, we need more siege weapons. Well, you and your people have really impressed me. So anything here is at your disposal.
Thank you.
Really? Thank you. Now this was worth all that time in the desert.
Yeah.
This is more generosity than we could have anticipated. Well, let's get it back to your army. The next morning, Whitlock accompanies you to join back to Aurelia. The palace doors fly open as you ride the drill across the high bridge. You're back! Gabriel, come see! They're back! Gabriel emerges from the palace, his limp nearly gone. Gods, what manner of mechanical contraptions are these? A drill to get us through Stormholt's walls and catapults to strike over them, all courtesy of our new ally Whitlock of the Technocrats. This is certain. We're finally marching on Stormholt. Marching into battle, well, this will certainly be a new and interesting experience. You're not the only one who's new to this, Whitlock. Kana, there is no one in this world that I would rather follow in battle. I can see it now. Kana charging valiantly forward, her eyes ablaze with ferocity, a magnificent blue cape blowing in the wind. Oh, and I know just the armor for the job. Armor? Woman's got a point. Can't have our queen go into battle without armor. One look at you and they'll be tripping over themselves to swear undying loyalty. Annalise summons an armorer from the city and the two work through the day. Finally, well, how do I look? It suits you. Look at us. We're like a match pair, gold and silver. If this one had her way, you'd be covering about 10 pounds of sapphire as well. Well, excuse me for trying to stick with a color scheme. Gabriel, are you crying? I'm sorry, my queen. I just wish your mother could see you now. You're radiant, like a hero from the legend. How does it feel? It feels right. Get plenty of rest tonight, my friends. Tomorrow, we march on Stormholt. Chapter 15, The Return of Stormholt. This is it. The final battle has arrived. Can Kenna and her army take back Stormholt once and for all? Only one way to find out. Now don't tell me we're ending the episode today. That would be so insane right now.
Oh my god.
Chapter 15, The Return to Stormholt. We're only filming a little more, but we're not going to film the entire thing. Now playing as Kenna, you and your army are making camp outside Stormholt Castle. My home. This day has been far too long in coming. We have returned, my queen. Whether or not we can retake this beast of a castle is another thing. It won't be easy, but from what you told me about the castle's vulnerabilities, I think we have a shot. Do we really need to do this? Can we just buy another castle somewhere even better? Stormholt isn't just a castle, it's our home. The time has come for us to reclaim it. Though it won't be an easy task. Stormholt has never been taken in battle. That may be true. All the more reasons that we need it back. Even if it were in my home, I couldn't leave such a strategically important fortress in the hands of our enemies. Just then you hear the sound of horns blowing. What's this? Turning, you see a familiar figure approaching on a horseback. Oh, it's Tevin! The flower of the Five Kingdoms, the jeweled sword of justice, my personal savior for Queen Kenna. It's very good to see you again. Prince Tevin? I'm the king now, and as promised years ago, my army is yours to command. I got your message that we were on the move. My army has been slowly drawing nearer, waiting for our moment to take the grand dramatic entrance. Tevin, thank you. No, thank you, Queen Kenna, for saving my life. I owe you everything. Today, we'll make Prince Marcos Nevraskis pay for what he did to our families. This has been a long time coming. I'll follow your lead, Kenna. Tevin bows to you and returns to his men. How about that? I never would have believed it. I bet now you're glad we took the time to save him. Very much so, my queen. We'll need every last man today. Speaking of which, let's review what we're working with. You and your advisors head into your commando tent. I want to check on my soldiers. How many do we have for the fight? King Tevin brought 200 fight-oriented warriors with him. 50 Rahu monks have joined us. Damned if I know where they showed up from or how they even come. Their monks have their ways. Wait, the Rahu monks was my former training master among them? See for yourself. Gabriel holds aside the tent flap and calls out a few seconds later. Queen Kim, you're safe! I didn't dare hope. I'm so relieved. You embrace him. I'm alive and well, thanks to your friend inside the castle. Dominique? He saved my life. He's a very interesting man.
Yeah.
I owe him a great debt. I never would have forgiven myself if he died because of me at Marco's hands. Nonsense. It is my duty. It was my great honor to serve you, and it will be my greatest honor yet to fight for you today. The honor is mine, my friend. The monk smiles and ducks out of the tent. As I was saying, that's 50 fighting monks that your body there brought us. We have 500 fighters from Aurelia, thanks to Annalise. You're welcome. And the bulk of our forces come from my men and the mercenaries. 2,000 former Stormholt soldiers and mercenaries, all ready to fight and die for you. And all without pay. That's saying something, my queen. Wow. You moved them with your speech. You're a leader they can't believe. Then we better not disappoint them. Altogether, we got a force of 2,750 soldiers. Perfect. We just might have enough to take this castle back. Thank you, Leon. I want to check on my equipment. About our equipment, at least you've been very generous. Our army has the best swords, shields, and armor that money can buy. The golden mountain fang blades that you gave us will cut right through the Navrake's armors. It's the least I could do. After meeting that loathsome Prince Marco myself, any price is worth taking him down. When men like him rule, no good can come of it. Siege engines. What support we have from the technocrats? In addition to my drill, we have 5 catapults from the technocrats.
Wow!
You're very generous. You're very persuasive. You convinced me that you're the right person to lead this kingdom, and so we will do everything in our power to ensure that happens. Anyway, the real problem is going to be the drill to the wall. I didn't design this machine to be used under fire. It's pretty vulnerable to any attacks.
Yikes.
My men are ready to defend it. There's one other matter, my queen. The local townsfolk. They've seen our encampment. Many have heard of your journey. They're flocking to join the fight and restore you as the rightful ruler of Stormholt. Close to 1,500 have joined us already. That brings our army to 4,250! I hardly believe it! They're willing to risk their lives? For me? Is that so surprising? After all you've done, you're not the young woman I set out with. You've become a legend, my queen. A legend worth fighting for. A legend worth dying for. Leon, can you see that they're armed and armored with whatever we can spare? Sure, the more the merrier. Where will everyone be during the battle? I'll be with my drill. Whitlock, are you sure that's wise? If something goes wrong, you'll need me to repair it. That's where I can be the most useful, so that's where I'll be. I'll be with our main forces protecting the drill. Vader and I will be here, tending the wounded. That's an ugly business during the battle. You sure you want to get the soft hands all bloody? At least soft hands have patched me up more times than I care to remember. Trust me, there's no one better for the job. Perfect. I will be at my queen's side. And I will be you all, leading the charge. On the front lines? But that's far too dangerous. A single lucky soldier will be able to strike you down. Nowhere will be truly safe. Great. And besides, this is my crown to claim. I can't ask my soldiers to risk their lives if I'm not willing to risk my own. That was one of the first lessons this journey taught me, back when Severin was holding us prisoner. You step outside the tent on every flank on every side by your most trusted allies. Oh, we can talk with more people. Hold on, my camera turned off. Okay. Let's talk to Tevin. Well, this is it then. We're really going to attack Stormholt.
Yeah.
It's not too late for you to turn around. I would hate for you to ruin those beautiful clothes. Clothes can be replaced. You, dear Kenna, are one of a kind. Severin, if you told me I end up going to the battle for someone I try to kill, To be fair, I tried to kill you back. I'd be insulted if you hadn't. The Mechator. Whitlock, how is your mechanical friend? Just making a final adjustment. Excellent. And the bear, you gave your bear an affectionate scratch behind the ears. You're going to watch my back out there, girl. Oh, bear. Severin catches your eye and nods. Let's see what you got, your majesty. Leon gestures at a rack of weapons. What weapon would you use for the battle? I guess the gear axe. You have selected the gear axe. This weapon is perfect. You raise the gear axe over your head. Your army fills the field before you. Rank after rank of soldiers roar your name as they raise their weapons in salute. Prince Marco doesn't stand a chance. Alright then, people, as much as I would like to continue this episode, I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you really did enjoy it, drop the like button. It definitely helps a lot. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, would appreciate it if you do. Also, leave your comments and your thoughts on this video or anything in general. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Love y'all. I appreciate you, and we'll be seeing you on the next episode. Bye!